Hello, I'm Andrew Flushy. If you have a traffic charge in Virginia, you have to be very careful about the deadline that's on the summons that you receive from the officer. I get many contacts from people who say that they attempted to continue a case or have it rescheduled from the summons date, and they were convicted in their absence because the court didn't reschedule the case. Unfortunately, the burden is on you as the defendant to either be in court on the date that you're summoned or to ensure that the court has continued the case. Calling the court or faxing the court or even sending a letter, it's simply not enough. You have to do the work of following through to make sure that the court has processed the continuance and moved the case to a later date. That's one benefit of having an attorney, honestly, is because that's something that we do almost every day is continue cases, and we know how our courts work where we practice, and especially in my office, that's something we have to do a lot for scheduling, and so we can definitely help with continuances, especially in the Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania, and Stafford area if you hire us for a case. That's something that it's simple for us, quite honestly. But if you're proceeding by yourself, sometimes it's not as obvious what you need to do, and sometimes the clerks, because they can't give legal advice, sometimes they're a little limited in the things they can do and say. But the key thing is that if you need to reschedule a court date, you usually can on the first court date. Most clerks' offices in our local area will let you reschedule from your first date, but the burden is on you to make sure that you're getting it rescheduled and that it has in fact been moved, and that you're not going to be tried and convicted in your absence. Because if you simply fax a letter to the court and assume that they're taking care of everything, odds are that they might not have done it, because it could be misplaced, or it might not be the proper date, it might not be processed correctly. There's many reasons why a continuance request might not go through. And then if it hasn't been continued and your court date that's listed on your summons comes along and you're not there, you will be convicted in your absence. The worst thing that could happen actually is if you're facing a very serious reckless driving charge for a very high speed, for instance, you might actually have a capias issued for your arrest for not appearing, and so that would be not a very good situation. As you can see, it's really important, if you need to change your court date from the date on your summons, to either talk with an attorney who can help you with that and help you with the whole case, or to be sure you follow through solidly and make sure that the clerk's office has processed the continuance and moved the date to the date that you guys agreed on.